Alright, so here's a pretty obvious game to start off the list. Minecraft. I'm pretty sure everyone who's everyone knows what Minecraft is. You go around mining and crafting things. You get to create your own world from the ground up, exactly how you want to. There are enemies scattered throughout the game, including Slender Man. No, go away please. But you can turn them off, living in a peaceful and relaxing environment, allowing your creative juices to flow and be free. And that's all I'm gonna say about this game because everyone knows what Minecraft is. Next! Harvest Moon, a game that gives us a more easygoing taste of the farming life. The primary objective of Harvest Moon is to restore and maintain a farm that's definitely seen some better days. You do this by taking care of animals, raising crops, and earning money. It may not sound that fun on paper, but in its execution, it really works. A big part of that could be in part to the game's cute Japanese art style. I mean, just look at the box art. I don't know, don't you just want to hug it? There's so many different activities you can do around your land, including special events that spicens up the farm. The game has a day and night system, as well as seasons to dictate what kind of crops you can grow during certain times of the year. All of that combined with the game's peaceful soundtrack, it really just transports your mind to a simple lifestyle out in the country. It's relaxing. You can also get married, but that honestly ruins your fun time. Puzzle games can sometimes be pretty fun. Usually, the simpler, the better. And when it comes to simple puzzle games, you can't get much more basic than Tetris. And Tetris-ish games. Yeah, I couldn't really choose one game to fit here, so I chose multiple that kind of resemble one another. Games like Dr. Mario, Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bead Machine, Pack Attack, and of course, Tetris. These games are simple, almost as simple as you can get with a video game, yet still managing to keep you entertained for hours on end. I loved coming home from school, maybe I had a stressful day, and then loading up my Super Nintendo cartridge of Tetris and Dr. Mario and just finding peace. Puzzle games always manage to find that fun, happy medium between challenge and relaxation. I think it's pretty safe to say that everyone loves Pokemon. I mean, how could you not? Just look at their adorable little faces. But sometimes the traditional battling, training, and catching of Pokemon gets a little stale. Maybe you want to do something a little more peaceful and a little more innocent with your favorite creatures. Well, now you can! Enter Pokemon Snap. Professor Oak tells us to go out and take pictures of wild Pokemon. It's a pretty simple concept. We take control of young Todd Snap and traverse through the mysterious Pokemon Island. The game is a rail shooter, meaning you don't even have to move the character. In essence, you're on a roller coaster the entire time, and all you have to do is focus on getting cool shots of Pokemon doing cute things, like this or this. It truly is innocence in its purest form. I mean, aside from the noxious gas grenades you can throw at Pokemon. That's pretty messed up. Just sit back, take pictures, and listen to Professor Oak tell you why the picture isn't good enough. Well, hey, while we're on the topic of cute creatures, here are some Chow. The Chow Garden. You take care of these cute little creatures known as Chow. You raise them, train them, and compete with them. If you've ever played with a Tamagotchi, then it's kind of like that. These creatures are your pride and joy. The garden is beautiful, the music is melodic, and the Chow are just so adorable. You really do grow attached to them. You name them and see them grow up to be the most dominant Chow throughout the land. Or not. If they're like mine, then they're not that spectacular at all. But whatever, it's still fun. Kirbys Epic Yarn. I don't know. I really don't have anything to say. You play it, and you feel good. Man, I'm great at this analysis stuff. Let's move on. Alright, let me explain this. Grand Theft Auto. These games are not peaceful. They are not innocent. They're not complex. But they are relaxing. I'm willing to bet that a huge portion of gamers don't play GTA for the stories. They play it so they can mess around, shoot people, steal cars, all that good stuff. Everyone can always turn to GTA for a fun time, whether you're alone or playing with friends. There's something so satisfying with just running around an open world and causing crime. I guess it's just because some of us act so innocent in our real lives that getting to cause so much death and mayhem feels good. After a stressful day of dealing with stupid and annoying people, we can just sit down for hours on end and do, I don't know, gangster stuff.
Get back, motherfucker, you don't know me like that. Get back, motherfucker, you don't know me like that. Geek, geek, whoop, whoop. I ain't playing around. Make one false move, I take you down.
Katamari Damacy. All of them. The story of these games involve a young prince of the cosmos on a mission to rebuild the stars, constellations, and even the moon, which were all accidentally destroyed by his father, the king of all cosmos. If it sounds ridiculous, it's because it is. The rest of the game involves you rolling around a ball, called a Katamari, and collecting any and all items to make it bigger. Think of it like a snowball. You start out small, but as you continue rolling things up, it gets bigger and bigger, until it gets big enough that the King of Cosmos decides to transform it into a constellation. That's kind of dark. But while you're playing, you'll quickly realize just how mellow everything really is. You have no enemies attacking you, the art style is charming beyond belief, and it has that weird yet enjoyable music. You know the kind. Yeah, I like this. Animal Crossing. Of course this would appear somewhere. I'm a big fan of life and community simulators. I don't know why, I just am. And while something like The Sims is very fun, Animal Crossing gets put here simply because of how cute and unique everything is. You take the role of a human villager who's moved into a new town inhabited by adorable anthropomorphic animals. From there, you live a fun and simple village life. You can fish, catch bugs, and decorate your home. The town you live in is so colorful and bouncy, if that makes any sense. It's just the kind of place that you actually wish you could live in. The other villagers are so charming and eccentric. Again, the kind of characters you actually wish were around your community. The game is heavily focused on collecting, which I like. It gives you a small purpose in a game where you're not really looking for a purpose. And in that sense, it really works. Animal Crossing is relaxing. And KK Slider is a badass. At number 1, we have a tie. I know that's pretty unconventional for something like a top 10, but allow me to explain. Dear Esther and Proteus. Now, visually speaking, these games are very different. One looks very bright, colorful, and retro, while the other one looks realistic, grim, and somber. These games are literally just walking. You walk, and you observe. These are games that you play when you need to empty your mind. You explore the landscape, listen to the beautifully orchestrated soundtracks, and try to find peace within yourself. No matter how lame that actually sounds. You go into these games when you're feeling sad. You go into these games when you're feeling happy. It doesn't matter what you're feeling. You escape into these realities to let go of all of your anxieties and fears, to come to a place that doesn't want to harm you, but only wants you to let your mind be free, whether it's to think about something or to forget about everything. To me, Dear Esther and Proteus are the most relaxing games ever.